So in my first week in the classroom, I planned out this really cool get to know you kind of mini project, and it would be a chance where students could explore all the key ideas from the different elements of social studies. And they were going to display this in a collage. Now I had gathered together all kinds of magazines, I had reached out to my network and my friends, and every single part of this was well planned to a T. I mean, this was the foolproof first week. It was going to be epic, but it wasn't. It tanked, and I don't mean like it tanked a little bit, it tanked badly. Students began to argue over who was going to get the magazines. They went from just talking to talking louder to basically shouting across the room until it was an ear-splitting decibel level. And then there were the moments where they just poured paint, and it was on the desks and it was on the ground, and we got to see firsthand how washable paint actually washes out. The whole thing was a disaster. I remember at one point with one of the class periods, I got frustrated and I raised my voice, which is just a nice way of saying I yelled. And then I had to apologize, of course, and I felt awful, and I left that particular day on my third day of teaching feeling like the biggest failure in the world. I mean, I had gone over rules and procedures with them. I had planned it out perfectly. This was not supposed to happen, but it did. I remember the next morning I had coffee with my mentor Brad, and I told him all about this, and I said, this was the best designed first week of school. I mean, I'd spent forever on this. Why did it fail? I remember he said, yeah, you design lessons. There are moments that you're basically an architect, but often it's messier. It's more organic. Instead of something that you build and hand to students, learning is this dynamic process, and you can't always predict it. He said it's a lot like a seed that has to grow, and you have to nurture it and cultivate it, and it's a mystery sometimes with why it works and why it doesn't work. And some lessons are like light. They lead you to the truth. They help you to grow and expand and have a whole new worldview. And some lessons are like water. They nourish you, they give you new skills, and you grow as a result. And then some lessons are just complete crap. They don't work, they stink, they're awful. But the nice thing about those is they become the compost. And you know what? Kids grow from those too. He said every single year, what allows kids to grow and become better and to become the people that will change the world is not simply the light, although that's important, and it's not simply the water, although that's important. It's all of them, including the crap. Now that doesn't feel good and it isn't fun, but you know what? Crappy lessons. They're the kind of things that allow us to reflect and grow as teachers. They're what keep us humble. We need those moments. In fact, I would say that they are evidence that we're taking creative risks, that we're working on our craft, that we're trying new things. If all you have are lessons that look like pure light and water, chances are you're not doing anything different. And really, the growth might not even be there. So the bottom line is, as you enter the classroom, you can plan your lessons out as good as possible. You can have all the strategies in the world. You can have this thing nailed, or so you think. But you are gonna have crappy lessons. And that's okay. It's part of what it means to be a teacher. So, welcome to the club.